Hi, I'm CJ and this is my RC channel. In this video I wanted to give you an update of what's going on with the channel, what's coming down the road. It is currently December 2019 and I didn't get everything I wanted to get done this fall. I've had a medical issue, problem with both of my eyes, have to have some operations done on both of them, and that's made it very difficult to work. In fact, it's made it impossible. I actually crashed an airplane that wasn't part of my video series because I lost it in the air, and by the time I was able to find it again visually, it was nose to the ground and it augured in, and but it's recoverable, surprisingly enough. In any event, I have had to stop building. I kind of trickled out the last of the Chrysalis videos. It's not quite finished, and I will be completing that. I will have my the worst of my two eyes operated on 2 days before Christmas, and the recovery time is very, very short, so I should be building again before the new year and cranking out videos. I have a ton of stuff on deck for this winter. I'm going to be doing a lot of building. I'm going to be doing a little bit of drone flying. I'm going to be doing some indoor airplane flying. That's going to be a lot of fun. The local club that I belong to has a deal worked out with a high school to use a large gym or field house for indoor flying. So in that vein, I picked up two different planes or kits. This one is a kit. This is a Dancing Wings Hobby. The website is dwhobby.com. I got this on Amazon.com, and it comes in a couple of different layouts. You can get it as just the kit. You can get it with motors and servos. You can get the entire package, including a FlySky transmitter. So if you're just getting into the hobby, this actually isn't a bad way to go. So as you can see, there's not much to the box. It's just a little foam plane. It's about 16-inch wingspan and 4 channels. It's 3D flight capable aerobatic. So this should be interesting. And I got this without the radio, just the motor and the basic running gear, so that I'll put in a radio of my own. I'm probably going to use a Spektrum receiver. And the reason I want to do that is because I picked up this as well. This is another indoor 3D plane. This is of the same size, about 16-inch wingspan, same size batteries, little gear-driven motor, and this is supposed to be a very capable, very aerobatic airplane, great indoor flyer and outdoor, and it comes with Spektrum's AS3X technology in the receiver. It also has SAFE. So I'm probably, for comparison's sake, going to build this plane with the same type of receiver, so that I can give a good comparison on the two. Now, price-wise, this kit comes complete built without battery or transmitter for $100. Actually, it was a little less. It was like $89. So all that needs to be done is to bind it to a Spektrum radio, tune the radio as necessary, set up AS3X, and put a battery in it. This kit cost me about $50 with the motor prop. I'm going to need to put in the radio, and I'm going to, of course, it doesn't come with battery either. So just the Spektrum receiver is about $50, almost $59. So this is actually going to cost maybe $15 or $20 more than this plane, and this one isn't built. Got to put it together. So this is actually a really good price point. But I'm going to fly them together and compare them, see how they do. Should be a lot of fun. Now, as for other projects, everything that you've seen in my previous videos as far as my what's coming is all still in the works. I've still got the triplane, the Fokker DR1. That's going to get built. I've got several gliders in various stages of assembly. The Chrysalis Light 2 meter is almost finished. I have the Razor hanging above me here. I'm sorry I didn't have flight videos for you. I'll get some. I got couple of test flights, and my camera was giving me problems. I didn't get any footage. But it flew nicely. The few hand tosses I do, I'm going to be making some mods to it. I think I'm going to use it more for a slope soaring versus DLG. Just same type of flying, just you know, more in a slope environment and not throwing it by the edge of the wing. So another project above me here, you may be able to see some of this in the screen. There is an old Sig Ninja. And when I say old, I mean it's old. I got that when I was 16 or 17 years old, so dial the clock back 40 years. It's actually still in production. You can still buy the Sig Ninja. It's a very nice slope soar. It's a fully symmetrical airfoil, very aerobatic. I had some issues with it. I didn't like the rudder had very little authority. And the stab I thought was a little small as well. So a while back I built some new rudder and elevator. There's the stab right there. The rudder's around here somewhere. So I'm going to replace the tail. And that was built back before we had programmable radios. So the ailerons are a single server with a pair of linkages and metal Z-shaped arms that rocker the ailerons. I want to set this up with a pair of servos mounted in the wing. So I'm going to be doing a major series of mods to that plane, replace the tail, replace the push rods with something lighter, probably carbon push rods. I'm going to put a pair of servos in the wing, so I'm going to be doing videos where I'm routering out the holes through it's a foam core wing sheeted with balsa. So I'll have to run wires through the foam. And of course, I'll be taking out the old aileron linkages and setting up new linkages. That way I'll be able to do flaps, so flaps and ailerons together, flaperons. So that'll, you know, make for a better overall flight envelope, better flying characteristics, easier to land it, having flaps on a plane, because it's a very fast plane. It's very heavy because it's designed to penetrate into high wind. It's definitely a true slope soar. If you're considering that type of flying, that's a good kit, actually. As I said, they're still around. It's very durable. It's lasted years. It's spent a good bit of time in storage, unfortunately. The fuselage is ply, and so a nice little plane. Here's a little something I picked up. This is a little portable weather station-like item. So I'm going to be able to check wind speed and direction before I fly, and include that kind of information in my videos, so you'll know the characteristics of the weather, the conditions I'll be flying in when you see flights. So that'll be interesting. And I'll go over this and how to use it down the road. I'm definitely going to be doing some glider competitions this year. I've got that 2.5 meter F5J plane that I'm building, and let's see, God, there's so many. Oh yeah, of course, I can't forget the laser engraver that can cut through up to 3 millimeter balsa wood, and can certainly cut through very thin ply, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to tinker with some microplane builds, probably some scratch build stuff, and so there's a lot to do. And again, I'm sorry I wasn't able to do more of this. I've really been wanting to. Unfortunately, my vision got so bad so fast, I haven't been able to drive for the last 2 months, and obviously I haven't been able to build. So but there's going to be a lot coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun for 2020. A lot of new stuff, a lot of planes, a lot of flying. I'm going to try to do a couple of trips early in the spring, if not late winter. Go do some slope soaring. I'll have to get some links for this. There's a rather old website, but I don't know how current it's being kept, but there's a lot of slope soaring locations listed on it. It's kind of like a directory dedicated to slope flying. And I found a bunch of different places that are within a handful, 100 miles of me. So I'm going to go check some of that out. I'm going to try to get a trip to Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, where the Wright brothers flew first men in flight. So that's a nice area to go fly because of the constant winds. The dunes along the beach make for some great sloping. And I'm going to, plan out a series of events that I'm going to try to go to for some straight up 2-meter res glider, if I can find anyone flying that class. If not, just straight 2-meter competition, and then F5J, F3J, and I'll probably also be picking up a few new kits that I haven't discussed yet, so we'll see. I'm running out of space on my ceiling. There's a lot of planes up here that you can't see, but I'll definitely be doing more flying with the Timber that you've seen the unboxing video and the first flight video on. I have another plane that's also stalled. It's very similar to the Timber in overall size. And that's called the Tundra. Let's see, that one has floats, so I may try to find a lake or pond and fly off water a little bit, see how that goes. And I think that's about it for now. I think that's rather a lot. It's going to keep me busy. Trying to think if there's anything else. If you saw something in one of the what's coming videos and I didn't mention it in this one, it's still there. It's still coming. There's a bunch of model boxes in the closet. Some stuff is already in process, and so thanks for watching. I really appreciate all the people that have subscribed. I'm getting close to 100 subscribers. I know that's not a big number, but this is kind of a niche hobby, and this is a niche channel. I mean, I don't expect to be, making money off this. This is just something fun to do and a way to pass on knowledge. There are changes going on with YouTube as far as the age of viewers. It has to do with COPPA, C-O-P-P-A, which is a law or statute. And so, these videos are not for kids. They're geared toward adults, maybe late teens, but, sharp knives, power tools, chemicals, glues, not the kind of thing for little kids. So I don't think that issue is going to impact me or this channel, so I don't think that's something we're going to have to worry about. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please feel free to comment on my videos if you have any ideas, things you'd like to see, specific kits you might want me to build, or just anything you want to see done or try or learn about. Let me know, and I'll see if I can accommodate you. Thanks again.